SuperCars. My name is Mike. If this is your first time stopping by, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button. I'm less than 100 people away from giving away the Hero GoPro 8. Help me get to that mark. Anyways, today I'm going to do the 5 things I love about my BMW M3CS. So, on my 5 things I disliked, I mentioned my number 5 item was the paint color. Well, my number 5 item for the love aspect of my car is also the paint color and finish. So this paint color and finish is very unique. On this car, out of the 500 and some cars that came to the United States, only 79 were painted in this color. The other colors were obviously San Marino blue, Alpine white, they were black, and also the other special color was lime rock gray, which I believe there was 139 done in that color. Don't quote me on that. So what it does, it gives it a great look, and people like to ask you, is it a wrap? And I'm always like, no, it's not, it's paint. And they're like, really? And I go, yeah. And then you have to show them like the paint thing, or you can go inside the door jambs and see that, you know, it's all paint. Usually when you wrap a car, you don't wrap the inside of the door jambs. And for that reason, number 5 is the paint finish on this car that I absolutely love. Okay, let's move on to number 4. The number 4 thing I love about this car are all the carbon fiber bits on this car, and also the lightweight DTM racing rims. They are unlike the 666 rims. These are a lot easier to clean, and they're a lot lighter, and they have that open spoke design. We have the carbon fiber splitter up here, which was unique to the M3CS. We have the carbon fiber roof, which comes standard on all the M3s and M4s, but you could not opt out of that roof option on the M3CS. We also have an M3CS, M4CS spoiler in the back here, carbon fiber. It looks pretty aggressive, as you can see with the ducktail here, and the lines it has where it dents in here and here matches the lines on the roof, if you can see in the video. Then of course you have the carbon fiber splitter down here with the single wall stainless steel / exhaust tips. So all those carbon fiber pieces add to the aesthetic of the car. But one of the carbon fiber pieces they did add to the car to help to reduce the weight of the car, you have to pull this twice, is the hood of the car. So it's a little overcast here in Pittsburgh today, so I don't know how much of the light we can actually see, but this whole hood is carbon fiber. You should be able to see the weave right here on this angle as you come down. This is also carbon fiber. A couple people in the threads and some of the forums had asked, because the M4 GTS, this part that's open has the same weave as this part of the hood, but on the M3CS and the M4CS it's a straight weave, but the rest of it is a cross hatch. It's almost a checkered pattern. And as you look, well, the lighting I don't think is that great today. As you can look, there's also a big M here in the middle of the hood, which I think is kind of unique and neat. And also, let's not forget about the carbon fiber strut brace. Now, once again, this is common. This is standard on the M4s and M3s already. I did have the cover, engine cover, painted to match the outside of the car. So this hood is very light. You have to pretty much slam it down to get it to shut. So that's number 4 on my list of things I love about the M3CS. Now let's move on to number 3. The number 3 thing I love about the M3CS is the interior. So when you come inside the car, you have the special Alcantara here. You have the black chrome trim piece here. You have all the deviated stitching. Well, this is black up here, but you have the deviated stitching down here along the console onto the Alcantara armrest here. I added this piece here, which is the BMW M carbon fiber DCT surround. And the reason why I added that was because this was Alcantara, and the piece that it comes with, this was this color metal, which is a silver metal. But with this carbon fiber piece, you get the Alcantara, which sort of blended it in a little bit better. I didn't want to have a lot of carbon fiber on the inside because nowhere else in the cabin is carbon fiber. So that's why I chose not to do the shift knob itself. So we move over to the driver's side with the Alcantara steering wheel. So this Alcantara steering wheel, it's a little thick. People don't seem to like it all that much. I absolutely love it. It feels good in my hand. You have the center line, which is the 3M reflective tape, the same that's on the CS reflective tape on the dash over here, as you can see. And then you have the seats. The seats are absolutely gorgeous. You have a black and a Silverstone two-tone seats that they've done, with the deviated stitching. The M3 lights up, the beautiful M color stitching here. You have the M color stitching on the seatbelt. This also is a fine merino leather, which is absolutely wonderful. It feels so good and buttery in your hands. And as I showed you before, they have the leather upper wrap door, the leather inserts with the deviated stitching, and the Harman Kardon sound system. In the back area of this car, it's pretty simplistic. You can see the tunnel of the armrest there that doesn't really have an armrest. But the back is the same merino leather with the old two-tone leather, the Silverstone and the black. This piece of equipment I bought for BMW because when I got my first M3 in Europe, it doesn't have an armrest that comes down there with cup holders. And because I had my wife and another couple in the car, they wanted cup holders in the back. And it had extra storage where I could keep all my stuff in here, which actually, I really love it. So the interior is number 3 on my list. Let's move on to the number 2 item on the list that I love about the BMW M3CS. And that's gonna be, once again, inside the car, the dual clutch transmission. The dual clutch transmission on this car is absolutely wonderful. It's almost as good as the PDK in the Porsches. I mean, I've driven a lot of the Porsches, and the PDK is just superb. I mean, it is a no-nonsense, great dual clutch transmission. On the BMW, it's also wonderful. It's very fast, it's very responsive. It gives you that push in the back when you have it on its highest settings. So the DCT transmission can be set to 3 different stiffnesses with this button here. You can push it 3 different times, which changes the way the transmission shifts. Now, on its 3rd setting, the highest setting, it shifts very quick and very hard. It almost feels like a single clutch transmission. When you do the 1-2 shift and the 2-3 shift, it actually punches you in the back. It gives you that good feel. So for that reason, number 2 on the list is the DCT transmission. Now, number 1 on my list of things I love about the car is going to be the way it makes you feel when you're driving the car. When you get behind the wheel of this car, it gives you a sense of confidence. I mean, it just exudes a personality that I haven't had any other car like this. Even my other M3 didn't give me that sense of exhilaration behind the wheel. This car absolutely does. I mean, it feels so much more nimble, so much lighter than the regular M3. The turn-in on it is superior. It's so much faster. It feels so quick. The front end feels so light. The sound it makes, even though it's not the best sounding car, it still makes a better noise than the other car. And there's no fake noise piped into the interior cabin like on the other cars. This car just is so much more purebred. This is the car that should have been the original M3, and they should have just went up from there. But I tell you what, for the last F80 M3, this car does itself justice. And more people are going to want this car when they understand how well this car handles and drives. So that was my quick video on the 5 things I love about the BMW M3CS. And once again, guys, thank you for stopping by. My channel is growing, and it's because of you, and I really appreciate it. Like I said, we are less than 100 people away from giving away the Hero GoPro 8. We can make that happen hopefully by the middle of October, and then once that is done, I'm going to offer a new giveaway. You guys are going to love it. All right, I will see you then. Have a great day.